It's a good Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. How is everybody doing? It is Penny Day, a day that I take to celebrate myself. But today I came to work because I switched to take off yesterday, so I'm at work. But I have my 10-minute break to talk to you guys. How are you doing? So the question I have for you today is, do you celebrate others? By the way, yesterday I tried makeup and a lot of you told me not to bother. So I'm organic, the way I used to be, yeah? In the village, no makeup, nothing, just like that, which is it's such a good feeling. I only put shea butter. So today my question I have for you, are you happy for others? Yesterday I put up a post to wish my husband a happy birthday, and several people came on and wished him a happy birthday. And by the way, my hair is growing well. If you're finding me for the first time, please like my page and share this video. And people wished him a happy birthday, but while I was going through the comments, there was someone who said that, oh, I'm so happy for you that you found love wherever you found love. And then this other person came and said, told the other person, what you see is not what you get, because people post photos but they're actually not as happy as you think. And that's her thought and that's his thought. But our past makes our future, okay? Where you come from or yesterday can change your tomorrow. People don't know that. How you grew up sometimes is the way you are, is how you live now. So for me, just to give you a brief story, I came from a big family. My father had 4 wives, 21 children, and tons of grandchildren. The year I was born is the year my father got the first grandchild. So I was born with my niece, and after that, they kept, there was, 3 other kids, 18, 19, 20, 21. There's 3 children behind me. So it was not easy. And we talk about polygamy for a minute. It was not easy. At a young age, I was aware that that wasn't the life. We didn't have friends. We didn't visit our aunts and uncles. I didn't know my first cousins. I'm coming to know my first cousins now. We didn't go places. And I'm not saying that, it was the worst, but that's all the parents knew for us. But for me, who was in church, when I used to read the scriptures, I used to feel like there's more. Because first, God did not intend for man to have more than one wife. So I questioned my dad at an early age, and through a written letter that I still have, I said, why were you marrying so many women? And I said, why so many children? And he tried to explain to me in his own words that this is the culture of Umusi, that they have to have all these kids. So I really felt that I did not have a good quality of life at the time. So when I turned 18, literally, when I got my national ID, I left. I left to go and stay with my auntie, my mom's sister, that I had wanted to visit for so many years. She was so loving. She used to come and visit us, and she was so nice. She would sleep over. They would talk all night with my mom, and I think they would catch on. But my mom really never left our home to go visit the sister. It never happened because Dad did not allow anybody to go visit. So now when I turned 18, I packed my bags and I left. And then there was another auntie, Auntie Mary, is my mom's brother's wife. Auntie Mary used to come and visit us all the time. She would bring us wheat flour, which was a big deal back then. Like, if wheat flour to make chapati. My mom was not big on making chapati. She really never made chapati. But when Auntie Mary came, she would bring that wheat flour, and my sister Margaret, who was the only senior chef to make chapati, she would make chapati. So I was foodies. I like to eat, but I had the desire to eat chapati. I was like starving, for food. I remember stealing milk. I remember trying to really get food. And Janet, how are you, my dear? Good morning. I just had this childhood that felt like I was trapped, where I wasn't getting enough food. I wanted oranges, and it is the reason today that I think I eat all the time. I overshop. And then there was that freedom of speech. There was no freedom of speech. We were not allowed to say anything. Every time I said something, my mom would chase me. She's trying to beat me. I used to try and challenge things and question things we were not allowed to question. My dad came home every Sunday. My dad used to live in town when schools are closed. Every Sunday he came home. He came home as a supervisor. He didn't come home as a husband. At the time, that's what I was looking at him like, really? This is how he's going to come here? So I didn't like that. So now when you see me on Facebook, I am a product of a polygamous family. And it is not the best thing. It is the most painful thing. It's the most hurtful thing that parents do to their children. Start with the man that marries all these women. Then the women that agree to be the second wife, third wife, fourth wife. It is trauma to the children. The trauma is not visible. But if you follow me on Facebook and you're close to me, the trauma is visible because I do not care. I live for me. I felt like I had so much lost time. We couldn't play because we grew up in a farm. We were always working. Like there was no playtime. I'm like, where's the playtime? So I used to like school. So now when you see me doing things, or when you see me on Facebook, you know, I'm trying to live the life that I felt like I needed. You know, I'm laughing because my friend Rose is here. So me and Rose turned 18, not turned 18, we got our national ID the same day. We had just finished high school. And Rose, I've never forgotten. When I got that ID, you know, I never went back home. Never. That's how I left my home. So I went to Rose's home. We slept there a couple days. I left there. I think we went to Eldoret, Rose. Rose is my friend. If you've not told your family those stories, I remember that so well. We went to Eldoret. There was a disco there. I hung out there. I left there. And then I went to my auntie. So I left at that age, you know. Don't cry. Let me tell you, I just was so... I have to tell everybody. I want you guys to know, when you see me talking on Facebook, I was a happy child in a home that I felt like nobody was having fun. And you know, in Kisii, there's always something to do. So they don't really let kids play like that. They're always sending you here, always sending you there, you know. And there was no love. I never saw my parents care for each other. My God, like what was that? And then I really could not ask my mom if she's happy. But later I asked my mom, were you happy? She says to me, how can you be happy when you're among 4 other women competing for one man? And then my stepmother, my oldest stepmother, she was just minding her business. I never saw Mama Sarah like even have a house party. Like really, let me tell you, polygamy is miserable. Divorce is miserable. When parents break up, it's miserable. And when people say that Penny looks happy, I want you to know, today I want you to know that I am a very happy person. I am really happy, okay? Because I couldn't wait to be happy. And you know what? When you see people are happy, be happy for them because you don't know their story. Those might be in the same situation. Yes, Agnes, I want to tell people, there's a time I was miserable. In my father's home, in my mother's home, life was unbearable. And when I turned 18, I never looked back because I was a very happy child. And I questioned everything. When you see people who are happy, even if they are posting, you're thinking that they are faking, you need to be happy for people. Don't just see people doing things. Somebody got a PhD, be happy for them. Somebody's children have finished school, be happy for them. Don't start thinking negative things. I see when people give compliment to other people, people are getting jealous. If Rose is farming, you understand? Rose has a good garden. Let people say, yes, Rose has a good garden. Let people say, yes, Rose has a good man. You understand? Rose, tag your family because you know what, Rose, when we turned 18, we did not come home. We wanted freedom. We wanted to be happy. And you know the funny thing about me and my friend Rose, you know me, I like the disco, but Rose did not like the disco. So when we got to Eldoret, we are just living the life. We were feeling like, my God, we were so tired. Rose went to sleep, me, I went to the disco. Me, I was looking for discos everywhere. I remember myself wanting the freedom. So when you see people who have achieved things, when you see people whose children are doing well, don't badmouth them. When you see people's children are achieving financial success, agree with them. If you see me with my nice makeup, be careful not to get jealous quickly. People are happy. Some of us are happy because we have a painful past. I've told some of my siblings they need therapy because the pain is so much. And most of us, we don't even believe in therapy. The pain is real. You're fighting for a father. You're fighting for a husband. You're fighting for favors. And then my other step brothers and sisters used to look like they were favored than us. You would see your stepsisters with wearing chiffon or wearing sandak, and you don't have. You're wondering who's buying these children these things. And now you find out that, you know what, oh, it's their mother buying. Then you're thinking, why is my mother not buying? Eh? And then now, we used to live in the village in Nyando Chevere, right? When schools close, us, we go to Nyando Chevere. My other sisters stayed in town. Me, I used to wonder, why are they staying in town? See, they all come here, we dig. They all come here, we milk cows. Who does that to their children? Like, really, I asked Dad, why? Oh, he said, oh, you know, the young wife, we can't separate her and the children. No, let the young wife also come. This is me thinking at that time. I even have letters I asked him, why can't we just all stay in the village so all of us can milk cows, all of us can pick tea? We are so busy picking tea and your other siblings are in town living their life. Jesus Christ, what is that? How do you explain that to your children and your one father? Why are other children living in town and the other children are in the village picking tea and taking the cows to the dip? And going to the posho mill? My dad had a car, but you know what? I was wishing, why can't he even take that car, go to the posho mill instead of me carrying a whole like 1 hour carrying corn to go grind it in a shopping center. And my dad had a car, and those days it was a Land Rover, good car. Why do we have to be doing these things when he can use his car? And that's why I love my car. In fact, I love my car. Because this car, my dad had a car, but he used to tell us it's his car. What was that? So, I love my dad. He's the reason I'm talking from this car. I love my dad because he made sacrifices. I love my dad because he took us out of poverty. Oh, your mom is here, Rose. Say hello to her. I need to make time and come and see her. My dad and my mom and my dad are the reason that I am who I am today. They are the reason that I made it where I am, and I am grateful. But the challenges that I went through while they were raising me is the reason that I'm happy today. Fast forward for my children. If I can speak for my children, it's only that I've not brought them. My children feel the same way. They feel trapped. They want tattoos, I say no. They want no spearing, I say no. They want to come after 11, I say no. I'm also making life unbearable for them. Why? Because of my age, and I'm from Nyando Chevere. I'm not from America. Now I migrated here. I'm not going to come here and start being Americanized. I want my children to do dishes. I want my children to cook ugali. I want my children to go to the village and stay there. I'm making life unbearable for them also, not because by choice. It is because I'm from Nyando Chevere. My parents, my dad marrying 4 wives, okay? Or my mom being a third wife. It is not because she wanted me to suffer. That is what was happening at the time. So now the next generation of my children can change things around. But for now, the things that I'm putting them through is for them to learn the hard way. It's not even just by force. It is me. So when you see Penny on Facebook, I have freedom of speech. I have freedom of finance. I have freedom of love. In fact, I'm in a very loving relationship. And when it's going to end, for those of you who pray that it ends, when it's going to end, and I've enjoyed 26 years of love. And it's not that I don't have challenges. I have challenges, but when I have challenges, I deal with them one-on-one, okay? You have to deal with challenges. There's no marriage that is going to be 100%, but I choose happiness because for 18 years, I lived in a home that it was not easy. Be happy for people. When you see people doing certain things, understand their background. Look at where they came from. You cannot be coming from a family of 21 children and think life was easy. Life was not easy. We never went anywhere. We didn't visit anybody. And then there was those things of, witchcraft, I don't know, poisoning, I don't know who, I don't know. And then there was constant relatives in my house. This relative was coming. What a life. So let us be mindful. When you see people doing things, don't think, they just happened. No, they've come a long way. And all the questions, I thank God, my dad is gone. My dad died, and thank God I brought my dad to America twice, and we sat down and I asked him all the questions, and everything was tied to culture, money, and fame. You want everybody out there to know that you are the man, you are the kingpin. Yeah, he had the money, yes, but was there peace? Was there love? For my dad, he loved all his wives. That's what he said. You understand? He loved all his wives, but did the wives all love him? How is the first wife going to love a man who didn't tell him that, you know what, I'm bringing a second wife? The second wife comes, and then, before you know it, now we want a third wife. The third wife comes, now you know we need another wife. Come on, how many children? Let me tell you guys, we have had a difficult childhood. And this lady you see here, Rose Nyamache, she's Rose Nyauncho. I turned 18 with her. She knows my story. I told her, Rose, we are out of this place. We wanted to enjoy life. And we've been enjoying life. We are not going to sit there and settle for nonsense. No. So when you see us, don't judge us. Don't think that we don't know what we are doing. No. Be happy for us. Cheers. God bless you.